Hey Marks, what's up? We're talking about Summerslam for August 17th, 2014. It was honestly the best Summerslam in fucking years. It was awesome. So let's get into the matches a little bit, and then I'll talk about how much I love Dean Ambrose more. Dolph Ziggler vs. The Miz was the match that started the night off for the Intercontinental Championship. Solid back and forth, about 10 minutes long, and it's nice to have Dolph Ziggler being a fucking champion again. He's a workhorse, he deserves it, and that's the kind of person that needs that IC title, is a workhorse. It's not a joke title. It shouldn't be a joke title, like when they had it on Santino and shit like that. That's just frustrating. Next match was Paige vs. AJ Lee, which is one of the best Divas feuds in years, or maybe ever. It's great. It's excellent. They're two great young wrestlers who are actually pretty good on the mic and great in the ring, and you know what? They aren't bad to look at either. So, you know, it's a good feud. It's a good feud. I'm just saying. Then we had Rusev versus Jack Swagger in a flag match, which is the biggest shock of the night because it was actually a really good match. They told a good story. They did well with the xenophobic nature of the feud. And Lana is really hot. Really, really, really hot. And everybody should like Lana. Unless you're into Zeb Coulter, and if that's your thing, there's no judgment here. After that, we had Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. It was a good match. I mean, it's always what you expect out of Chris Jericho. He can always bring a good match and then highlight younger talent. He's very good at it, and he's been good at it for a long time. It doesn't bother me when Chris Jericho loses, because at this point, he's bulletproof to me. He is Y2J. He can show up and do whatever the fuck he wants, whatever the fuck he pleases, and to me, that's good. But at the same time, he's also cool enough to just put over younger talent. So that's what he did. He put Bray Wyatt over in a nice match. But the end of that match was kind of weird because it mirrored, I think it was Battlegrounds last year, when Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt finally had their ending match for their feud, because it ended the exact same way. It was an odd choice. I don't know. I think they honestly don't think wrestling fans have that long of an attention span. But, you know, the hardcore nerds like myself kind of do. We had the worst match of the night, which was Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns, and that just highlighted everything that's wrong with Reigns and why he's not a top guy yet. Orton's stale. He's boring. He's stale. I don't really care that much about Orton anymore. I kind of wish he would leave and then come back like a year later, and then maybe he would get that like good wow factor, or he just, because he's boring at this point. He looks good and he's not a bad wrestler. It's just he relies on the same shit. Rest holds, looking good. Rest holds, looking good. Hangman's DDT, RKO. That's like all he does now, or in Power Slam. I'm sorry, but Reigns just isn't strong in a slow-paced match. When you put him in a tag match with two other really fast guys, he does great, and he's not great on the microphone yet. Honestly, the standouts of the Shield are Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, which I'll get to them later. So let's talk about Brie Bella and Stephanie McMahon. Told a good story. It really did. They both did good in telling a story. Brie Bella has definitely gotten a lot better in the ring than, say, about 2 years ago. Stephanie McMahon was stiff, but she still looked good, and she does look very good. Stephanie McMahon's still very much so hot, and she did a very good job. And like I said, it told a good story with the slaps and with the pain and them chanting yes and making fun of Daniel Bryan, and then of course Nikki Bella turned heel, which I think everybody kind of saw that coming in the past couple weeks, and it's not super surprising that that shit was going to happen. It's just, the bigger surprise would be if they didn't turn her heel. Like, I think that would have been the real swerve of that situation. Like, oh no, oh wait, she didn't turn heel. Well, fuck me, you got me. That's how I feel anyway. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, or as I like to call it, German suplex galore, and oh my god, that's a lot of sweat. Brock Lesnar sweats like gallons. Like fucking gallons. It's ridiculous. The match was okay. It was just there to make Brock look powerful when he wins the title. He German suplexed John Cena like 16 fucking times. It was goddamn ridiculous. And F5'd him twice and won. And that was pretty much the match. That was like 30 minutes of the fucking match. Was German suplex after German suplex to F5 to pin. It wasn't what I wanted in a main event of SummerSlam. Like, if they would have done that at Night of Champions or Battleground, I would have been way okay with it. But SummerSlam, one of the big fucking four, it's kind of a weird choice in my opinion. Match of the night. Easily. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in the Lumberjack match. I don't like lumberjack matches normally, but this one was fucking awesome. Dean Ambrose is a psychopath. Like, I seriously think he might be a little crazy. He reminds me of Rowdy Piper. Rowdy Piper is seriously a little crazy. He's awesome, but he's a little crazy. But Ambrose and Rollins proved tonight, without a shadow of a doubt, that they are the standout members of the Shield. They are the best. And they need to be the ones pushed into that spotlight. They deserve the fucking title shots. If they did Ambrose versus Rollins at WrestleMania 30 for the WWE title, I'd be fucking... Or WrestleMania 32 for the... 31 for the WWE title, I'd be fucking excited. It would be really awesome. But, you know, that's not going to happen because neither of them are very pretty. I mean, look at Ambrose. He's already starting to go a little bald, and Rollins looks like some kind of weird poodle mix with his two colors of hair. But at least they do have enough faith in both those guys, in Rollins to give him that Money in the Bank briefcase, and in Ambrose, they're going to put him in a fucking movie. So, maybe we won't get him at WrestleMania 31 is the main event, but maybe we'll get them in a feud for the WWE title one day. And I really hope so, because in 10 years, those are the two we're going to be talking about. Not so much Roman Reigns, unless he gets better on the microphone and in the ring. He needs to call up his cousin The Rock and just get better on that mic. That's one. Other than that, that was SummerSlam. Now tomorrow we got Monday Night Raw, and Raw fallout from SummerSlam, so we see what happens there, and then whatever the next fucking pay-per-view is, I'm not even sure at this point. Hope you guys enjoyed SummerSlam. Please, if you enjoy my videos, like and subscribe, because it helps me out, and it helps you out, I think. Send $1 to Happy Dude. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed SummerSlam. Tell me what you liked or didn't like about it in the comments, and I will see you guys later. Later, Marks.